from. This is By the Fire.
Sorry about that audio, guys. You want to roll that again? Sorry, Mukti, that's my bad.
Did we have no audio there?
That was
all
my
good.
bad.
All good.
Sorry.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to episode 38 of By the Fire. I am joined today by GlitchedViking and Armega. We do not have Walter Chambers with us. He's on a family vacation. So we're going to be forging on without him today. Very good show. A lot of exciting stuff in the Vulcan ecosystem. We got Vulcan Forged news. Neswolf crushing it yet again with that. Moon Maid Medallion drop took place yesterday. We have the man Glitch is going to be filling us in with some information there, some we covered last week, but that is live now. If you guys have not picked up your medallions already, check it out. We'll be talking about that shortly. Vulcan's Phalanx updates. Vulcan Forged desktop, desktop launcher is now live. A new game from some Vulcan community members that we're going to be taking a look at. Metaverse Spotlight series, whole bunch of stuff. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic Saturday up to this point. Glitch, Armega guys, how are you feeling this afternoon / evening?
Fresh.
Busy, fresh. Yeah, Glitch is about to kill over. Busy. It's a busy day. It's been a busy days.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
One of those.
Yeah, I know, Glitch, you've had a pretty hectic past couple days.
Yep. It's been fun.
Yeah.
As always, you know. It's like it's just traditional now at this point. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Very nice. And before we get into it, I want to give some love to everyone we have in the chat here. Ophid, what's going on, man? Salmon, Ryaz, Acadian, Jovi, Average Joe, what's going on? Roxbury Red, Maya Lama, hello, and Shikens in the building as well. Kadik, welcome in, everybody. We are going to jump right into it this Saturday, episode 38. So, as always, Neswolf has just been crushing it with the Vulcan Forge news segments. We don't have a guest on today's show, so usually when we have a guest on, we open our first segment, bringing our guests on board, giving their introduction, letting them discuss their project, everything they're doing, and then we roll into the Vulcan Forge news segment right after that. But because we have no guest this week, we're just going to kick things off with this week's segment of Vulcan Forge news, and then discuss everything going on there. So we're going to let Neswolf take it away here.
This is Vulcan Forge News. This week we're going to look at updates to Berserk, the coming of Vulcan's Phalanx, and Edverse joining Elysium, plus lots more.
Vulcan's Phalanx is set to go live. 500 collectible NFT avatars. This is Wave 1, Arcadia, with the other quads to come. Spread over 5 waves, there will be a total of 10,000 collectible avatars, with Wave 1 consisting of Centaurs, Minotaurs, Sphinxes and Lemirs. Vulcan's Phalanx avatars are available for 6 pier each, with an option on changing the first offered companion for an extra 2 pier. Expect them to activate buffs and multipliers. More information on this soon. You can check out the Medium article, link is in the description below. Vulcan 2 is fast approaching, there are limited tickets left, link is in the description, purchase one while you can. Further speakers have been announced for Vulcan, including Heavy Metal Magazine's CEO, Matthew Medney, William Ten Zishtar of Chorus, and Swallow Digital's Alex Dalitz and Alex Nichols. We've released new details on the Elysium Node program. Following on from the introductory article last week, the new Medium article can be found in a link in the description. Have you ever wanted to browse the Berserk cards, take a look at their effects? Well, soon you'll be able to, in the Berserk card library. The Vulcan Spotlight series on projects coming to Elysium focuses on Edverse today, with an AMA. Edverse bill themselves as the most interactive, immersive and insightful education metaverse ever, with an aim of decentralising and democratising education. A total of 30 projects are now coming to Elysium, with many more to come. Free Troy land seeds have been dropped to both Vulcanverse landowners and OG badge holders. Troy, a separate island to Vulcanverse, is coming together nicely. You'll soon be able to convert any token into peer from any blockchain, thanks to integration with Plena Finance. To finish off, we'll leave you with some of the wonderful coming soon HDRP shots of Vulcanverse.
Thanks for watching. All links are in the description below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and check out By the Fire on Saturday. We'll see you next week.
Cheers, Nestwolf. Thank you, man. Crushing it as always.
Also,
So
thank you, Kadik, for that 25 PRR donation. We appreciate that.
Yep. Yeah, very nice of you, Kadik. But yeah, so there was a little miscommunication there on the Vulcan's Phalanx section, where Nestwolf mentioned 6 PYR in the video, but it's actually going to be 25 PYR, and we're going to be covering everything we know about Vulcan's Phalanx up to this point when we get to that segment there. But yeah, so that was just a little miscommunication about the actual price that those will come out at. So Kadik, appreciate the edit there for everybody. But I see MZ has joined us. Steam Arcana is in here. What up, Steam? Maya B and Aerns BTR. What is up, everybody?
Lots of first-time chatters. Hello, guys.
Yes. Yes. So one thing that we actually don't have on our topics for this week that Nestwolf mentioned in that video was the I believe they're called Plena. Was the Plena company who allows the purchasing of or the conversion of any tokens into PYR across any blockchains.
Oh.
So,
yeah, Plena Finance, I think it is.
Okay. So what do we know? Do you know too much about them, Glitch? Kind of about how that operation works? 'Cause I didn't see...
I'm gonna say magic.
Okay. Yeah. So the gist there, from what I understand, is that it's just a very easy protocol that will allow you to, in one way or another, get whatever kind of altcoins that you have, you may not be too keen on holding anymore, and convert them into PYR in a very easy, seamless manner.
Hey, Mukti, how do you spell that? Plenta.
No, it's
Plena. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it's Plena. I think I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check. I think it is Plena Finance.
Yeah, that looks right.
Plena.finance. They are. Let's have a look at what this wizardry is. Bringing the power of Web3 fingertips. The world's first, most advanced, holistic, and interoperable mobile application for you to start live. Okay, a lot of words.
A lot of words on this page. What's up, Mary Jane? Steam
pictures.
Steam Catman. So we have Steam Catman and Steam Arcana in here. Or are those both you, Steam? You got 2 Twitch accounts that you're logged into. Ophid says that was the biggest bit of. I am the same. Okay. That was the biggest bit of alpha in VF News this week. Not many picked up on it. Yeah, that's true, Ophid. I didn't see like too much discussion going on around that, but yeah, that is pretty.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a spotlight on that specifically.
Awesome. Okay.
Because yeah, that's going to be a pretty core function for the marketplace to be transforming fees from other tokens into PYR.
Seriously,
So
it's going to be like our own little Rubik.
Yeah, it pretty much. Yeah, actually, yeah. It is a very. I think I'm pretty sure it's a very similar product to Rubik. I haven't looked too much into it, just from what I've kind of seen so far.
Well, if it works
But
anything like that, it's going to be super slick because I'll use that all the time. That product is amazing. Ever since you showed
Yep.
it to me, Glitch, I've been using it.
I mean, I'd actually like to, I reckon we could probably get Rubik integrated into Elysium as well.
That'd be awesome. I like their interface. That's what I use to
Yep.
get all my goons because I always have to bring stuff from the Polygon network over to the ETH network. Really.
Yep.
Yeah, Rubit is really nice for bringing tokens cross-chaining. So you can do it all in one go. You can switch the chain and the token in one go. But I know we have like the Magma protocol, which is if on the Vulcan marketplace, if you use like another ecosystem's token, it will convert a percentage into PYR.
Yep.
So I guess that could be one application for this Plena Finance in addition to a bunch more. But yeah, I agree, Ofid. It would be very nice to do a spotlight series with them to get more info on it, like exactly how that will work. Because that's one thing that seems like an amazing feature, or like just an amazing like function to have in the ecosystem. But in terms of exactly how it works, I have no idea, or like what that's going to look like. So that's an AMA that I would very much be looking forward to.
So more to come on that. Topic number 2. And then
Yes.
moving on here. What's the big news? Big news this week.
Moving on to
Well,
Moon Maid Medallion drop.
Yeah, Moon Maid
Yeah.
Medallion drop.
Yes, so this
Well-
went live yesterday. It was 4 p.m. EST, 8 p.m. GMT, right, Glitch? But there was a
Yep.
slight delay.
There was a bit of a hiccup. I mean, she was fashionably late, that was all.
If you have any issues or concerns about this whole thing, please DM Glitch as many times as you possibly can.
Absolutely. If anyone's actually made a purchase, because I know that they're, again, gotta love Venly, at times, anybody that made a purchase with a wallet that doesn't correspond to their actual Artify account, make sure you get in touch with me, because those NFTs will just be sitting in limbo until I get to direct them to the correct account. So yeah, just make sure you let me know, and I'll be posting all of that, of course, in all the channels, especially Monday. I'm actually going to take tomorrow off because I am royally wrecked this this weekend. But yeah, I mean, Moon Maid, she clearly had some wardrobe issues before going live yesterday, and there's a bit of a delay, but people are kind of used to these bumpy Frazetta events. It just wouldn't be a Frazetta frenzy without something happening.
Glitch, do you have the that tweet? I think you were putting on that one that we were working on, that video, that like animated video.
I sure do. Do you want me to put it into the production?
Yeah, if you could put it in the chat. I was gonna say, Mukti, if you haven't seen it yet, there's an image, and I just saw it for the first time, but there's some cards over the back of her, like covering her up. Like
No,
in one of the
I
videos.
don't think
It's-
I have
Yeah,
seen.
she
it
was
hilarious.
there for certain adverts, they were getting rejected. I mean, it's art. I mean, it is just art at the end of the day, but no, apparently that wasn't good enough. And
They still
had-
considered it prawn. So
yeah,
it was,
we had to edit. I'm pretty sure it's this one here. Oh no, is it this? Is it this one?
Ofid, you are 100% correct with that. Mayabi, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. And for those of you guys who don't know, I'm going to drop the link here in chat. So this just dropped yesterday on Artify. This is the Moon Maid Medallion drop. So there's a few options you can go with here. There's the green medallion that grants you 1 entry into the pool of NFTs that are available, which include the 1/1 Moon Maid Vulcanite, some in-game items, a plot. Is it a plot of Arcadia land?
Yep,
Glitch?
yep,
Or is
yep.
it just singular? Okay, a plot of land and a Satyr Vulcanite. There's also going to be the new Arcadia Berserk cards, the Moon Maid themed Berserk cards, the Corrupted
Yep, the
Centaur.
artwork, there's the tribute artwork by Jimmy Zex, which is, as always, it's just amazing stuff. And the physical prints as well.
Yes, yeah, it's really good stuff. And so the greens get you 1 entry. There's 25 editions of those at $20 a piece, 14 Matic. Blue medallions get you 7 entries at 100 USD a piece. The bronze get you 20 entries at 250 USD a piece, and then silver with 50 entries, 500 USD, and then the big gold package getting you 120 entries for 1,000 US dollars. And so yeah, the more entries you get, of course, the more tickets you have in for the raffle for all the big prizes. And the featured one, of course, being the one-of-one Moon Maid Vulcanites. We already have the Death Dealer and Silver Warrior released in circulation. So this is number 3 of 4 of the Frazetta one-of-ones.
And it's also just to note, you get the blue when you get up to the blue package. If you start, getting it there, skip the green one. You get access to other stuff as well. So it's important if you want access to everything, to a chance to win everything. I can't remember what it was. Was it like Berserk cards or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no, I did post it in the right channel. Yeah. Operations. Oh, show. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I know. I posted it in the general chat of operations there. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I was actually talking about the link to the tweet and throwing it in stream or Twitch chat.
Right, yeah.
Twitch
chat,
seconds.
Yeah. Sorry.
I was just saying for anybody who wanted to see it, but yeah, Mukti, if you look at it there, you can see the nice self-conscious.
It's been.
Should we pull it up?
Yeah, if you want to.
Second. Which one's
it's in general.
No, I haven't edited.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll screen share with you real quick, Mukti. Hold on a second. You want to go ahead and pull it up full screen?
Yep, open. Got it.
There you go. Here we go. Let's go take a look at this.
So this is what we're referring to.
in her shyness.
So did this get approved for marketing, Glitch?
No, this one went through fine. This one actually went through fine. It's just Instagram and Facebook's they were a bit they were a bit
too much
a bit
skin
strict
color
on it. Yeah,
showing.
Exactly. This one did go through fine. So yeah.
Ironically,
But
when we have a
we
naked
know.
fairy up on the screen, nobody says anything. They're just like, "Hey, it's just a tree. Yeah, it's just a naked tree, right?" But
yeah.
So, all right. So, what are we looking at here? Any other? Oh, yeah. From what I understood, I think Kadik accidentally purchased a gold. I think he was actually trying to purchase something else, and he said his mouse didn't cooperate or something. And, so I think he got one of the golds or something.
We totally hacked the website just to control his mouse.
I was possessed.
He was like, no, I don't want to buy that
Yeah,
one.
we were talking about it. He was like, yeah, I was going to buy something else, but my
He
mouse
was
had other
possessed.
plans. It's like fighting, like, no.
That's right, Kiddick. That accidental purchase might end up being hooking you up with a pretty good deal.
He was concerned about the way that it read, where it says the original purchaser, and he was like, "Damn, did I buy it first? Because it makes it sound like first person in gets that."
Wait, first person in gets what?
Well, if you read it, it says the original purchaser of the gold medallion NFT was entitled to 120 entries. So does that mean that if I buy a gold NFT or the gold one as a second purchase, that
What you mean on the secondary market?
No. If there's 350 editions and I buy
no, it's the original account that purchases it. Exactly. It's they're they are transferable, but there is no real point because they sorry, Your Honor, I slipped and accidentally fell into that goat. Thanks, Ophid.
I'm honestly having trouble to like kind of separating Trist and Ophid these days. It's funny when they come in.
It would be deadly to have them both together in the same room. But when you purchase a medallion, it only counts for the account that purchased it. So it's tied to that account. Like that medallion's entries are tied to that account.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so
makes sense.
Yeah, because if not, we'd have to be going around doing snapshots of which account is holding them at X time, and this is a much simpler way. I'm actually thinking of doing some sort of medallion burn and the Silver Warrior one as well. It's like for the medallions, just coming up with something that can be done for that to kind of give back on their own value as well. But we do have a lot of things coming, actually on like the fantasy gaming front as well. So yeah, the medallions themselves not totally useless after the event.
Cool.
Because we're
Very cool.
we're building up the whole utility around all the NFTs, and their kind of longevity value-wise as well. So yeah, all right. It's just right now it's just an entry, but I want to have them used down the line, whether it be like sending in X amount in exchange for like different loot crates for things that are coming out. So
Loot crate, cool.
yep.
Yeah, right now
plenty
it's an NFT to get you entries, right? I mean, the
Yes,
entries are gonna
exactly.
be something
Yeah,
different, so-
exactly. The entries are yep.
That's actually pretty bullish, EV. So have you announced it anywhere else prior that like these NFTs will potentially carry utility outside of just the entries?
No, I mean, like when I say utility, it will be along the lines of they are used to we'll burn them essentially. So like they're sent
Yeah.
off, and they in exchange those are like a claimable, because we don't want to be having in the like Everscapes minting just these thousands and thousands of NFTs that hold no value. It just takes up space and room and everything, and just merge them into something that is more useful further down the line.
So if
And
you
that
don't
will
win
that will
big
go for
first,
a lot of
you might win big second, right? It's kind of
exactly. I mean, like we
even
don't
lottery
want-
tickets do it. I mean, lottery tickets you can scratch them off for a second chance, and
Yeah, you could do something like with the God raffles back in the day with the tokens, like send it in for like a chance at this loot
exactly
box or something.
exactly. So we're just working out ways that they can be utilized, and give back more down the line to the participants, because with Everscape's coming to Vulcan, or to Elysium. There's very big plans in the works. Hopefully within the next week or two, be able to actually talk about what we're bringing or what I'm bringing as well to the Vulcan front. So yeah, it's all work together, grow together, build together.
it'd be really cool, Glitch, if you gave away like 5 gods, if y'all could afford that. I mean, I don't know what y'all want to allocate to it, but like 5 NFTs or whatever, right? 5 big NFTs, and you did at 5 different times, kind of like how it was before with the coins. You take a chance, like you're like, should I go in on the first one? Should I go in on the fourth one? Like, how many people's going to be in on it? Then when you see who's up against you, like there's 10 other people, and you're like, yeah, that's awesome. 1 out of 10
Actually,
chance.
that is actually a really good idea.
Because it's like multiple levels of the roller coaster of winning.
Gamify the burn.
Yeah,
Gamify the
yeah.
burn. And it would go for all of them. It's there's so much that can be done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just checking up here.
So
We can
get your NFTs now while you can for longevity of gameplay.
Yeah, get your medallions, ladies and gentlemen. Entry into the Moon Maiden raffles, as well as some upcoming burn utility.
That's right.
Yep. And if you end up winning the Moon Maid, I will be building a dungeon to keep her locked away in Hades. So yeah, you can rent out a plot down there and just lock her up so that nobody else can get to her.
For the record,
Can't have any Arcadian on here.
For the record, if I win, I'm first gonna force a tear out of my eye if it doesn't automatically fall, just to be happy about it. And then second, I'm gonna hold it over Walt's head constantly, maybe even Cadix too, just because it's fun.
Just always walking with it around their plots, just walking in circles whenever they're online.
Just never leave. I wonder, do you know if these one of ones, like, maybe not, because I'm just thinking, I know like Pneumatox Thunder or some of the Valks that are going to be rideable. I wonder if they would be rideable, because all of them kind of are, except for the Egyptian Queen, have like a rideable feature. Like the Death Dealer has a horse.
I just
Moon Maid as a
pictured
centaur.
Mukti on the
The
back
cryptid centaur.
of the centaur with the Moon Maid and hugging the Moon Maid. Like,
Well,
I'm
and like
riding this.
the Silver Warrior has like his sled as well, so
Yeah.
I could see them all being like rideable.
You're just there on the sled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't
Yeah.
unpicture that on the centaur now. That's gonna be great. Mukti riding to the back.
Mukti's
Yeah.
avatar there sitting super awkwardly right on the back of the
Like,
centaur.
waving and
The
everything.
the centaur's like, oh my god, what have I gotten myself into?
She's just looking back
This
at
was-
Mukti because it's all
Yeah.
awkward. She's all naked and.
That would be amazing though.
Yeah, the centaur was like, oh man, this was never part of the deal. This was never part of the deal.
This is
This
way
is
heavier
not what
than
I was told
anticipated.
would happen.
But yeah, I'm not sure if these are going to be rideable because I think, as you say, that could be quite odd.
Yeah.
Unless they were like,
Hard.
yeah, we couldn't really have them as separate assets, because they come as they are.
Or you could do like a sidecar thing where you have a little tiny centaur right beside her that Mukti rides along. That would be pretty cool too.
Yeah, sidecar centaur.
Little pony.
Yeah. Go side by side.
Man.
Oh, the midget
Um,
centaurs. Oh, they're great.
Yeah, I think Egyptian Queen does have like some panthers or tigers or something
my.
in the original paintings, and there's a couple of very kind of like tribute pieces that were done that kind of bring those more into like a prominent position in the paintings. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that she will have some form of animal. Because again, it would be kind of weird that you've got Death Dealer
Oh,
on
yeah.
his absolutely epic giant horse. You've got
Mhm.
Silver Warrior just casually riding around with polar bears, and Moon
Polar Bear
Maid
Squad.
Moon Maid who she's got her Uber Centaur to take her places, maybe clothes shopping. You never know. So yeah.
Yeah, Egyptian Queen needs something.
No, the Egyptian Queen will have. I'm pretty sure from the paintings that there are animals there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are as well, like panthers or tigers or something, like you were saying. Actually, I'm curious about pulling that up, but yeah, let's jump into so before we switch off this topic, ladies and gentlemen, that is artify.io/drop/moonmaid. So this, how long is this open till, Glitch? Like, is it a
It
week,
is
6 more
open
days?
until next Friday.
6 days.
Next
Friday.
Friday, 8 p.m.
6 days,
GMT,
2
I think it
hours,
is.
25 minutes, and 15 seconds.
And you did that off the top of your head, didn't you?
Or, who's counting?
Oh yeah, the countdown's literally on the page, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, countdown is on the page.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I was like, wow, Armega, that is like, that's some solid math there.
Armega does have a big brain. So is it gonna be? Is the drawing? Is there a date for the drawing yet? When all the
I think it's around the 5th of May.
Sweet.
Ooh, that's so close. I like it.
Yep.
Yeah, seriously.
It's going to be a fun one. Got to compile all the yo TM Clarity, how you doing, man?
Yo, what's up, Tim?
Yeah, we're gonna have to compile all the entries per account, get all the emails with exactly how many of each Berserk card exactly will be going out. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of work going on over the next throughout May. But I do know that the prints are already printed. So all of that's ready. All the items are a simple thing to handle as well. It's just the extra work of the Berserk cards, but the epic artwork of Renee is always worth it. She just so
100%.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, seriously. These two new ones especially are looking
Oh, and
fantastic.
all the new
Corrupted
decks. I mean,
Centaur.
I know that quite a few people won't have been in the testing, but all the new cards and the artwork for all the new cards and like the stories kind of behind some of the cards, it's really adding more depth to what Berserk's gameplay is going to be. Looking forward to that.
I didn't even
Getting out
see
on the-
that second card, that Berserk card.
Mhm.
I honestly never zoomed in before, and I didn't read the name. It's a cloak. I thought it was some type of creature. Like, it looked like
yeah, no, it's a
something
cloak.
reaching out.
Cloak
Like
of Meteors.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like it's the opposite of the Silver Warrior card that
Yep.
gives +0/+2. This one gives attack, and I like that it's a 2 lava because if this one was a 1 lava as well, that would be very strong.
Yeah, and the dude came up with I think it's Dude and Daredevil. They put their minds to it to kind of be very similar to the Silver Warrior, but like basically everything flipped over. So it's
Gotcha.
yep, keep them all in the same line. Actually, I guess, need
And
to do
those are
something for the
commons?
I need to do something. Need to do something for the Death Dealer ones.
Those are commons, Glitch?
To get the Death Dealer ones out there. I'll come up with some way of getting people credited with Death Dealer cards, because we didn't have any of that up and running back then. So I guess that could be a part of the burning mechanism as well down the line. So we can balance out the entire
Yeah, the
roster.
Hades
Yeah,
Hades
because
variant.
the Hades one will be, yeah. Yeah, actually, that's quite that could be one of the first things that we do. Send in for a chance at getting the Death Dealer ones. That could work.
So what were you
I'll put
saying?
my mind to it.
You're saying
I'm just rambling.
No, I mean like it.
I'm
I
just
didn't.
totally rambling.
I wasn't able to get in on that first one. So
No, the Death Dealer one never had like the Death Dealer one.
There were no Berserk cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm saying though, if you come up with Berserk cards now, are you trying to reward the people that participated in that, or are you trying to do something new that I could get in on now, as an example?
Oh, so everyone could get in on now, basically.
Okay, so buy new tickets or something.
No buying of tickets. No buying of tickets. Again, this thinking along the lines of burning some of the medallions, so that we can add that and give back. So yeah, I think that would be quite a good starting point probably.
So you're saying like I would be able to burn one of my current Moon Maid medallions to get a potential Hades NFT?
Yep.
Okay,
Correct.
gotcha. Cool. Yeah.
So
nice.
we do like we could make Artify OG badges great. Yes, actually.
Yeah, can be
yes,
some cool ways to tie those in.
There's a lot coming for those as well. Like, it's just
so yeah, that'd be awesome.
So much. There's just so much underway.
So many drawings like that.
Yeah.
That it's so cool when you have so many like spread out like that, because then you have a really good chance of picking. Like there's that aspect that you could go in with very few people in a contest that help your chances, but it's all a gamble.
What's going on, CF? Glitch, looks like you're getting Average Joe's got a question about the badges.
Yep.
So yeah, this is all. I think you're just kind of like you're kind of coming up with these ideas now, Glitch, or have you?
No, it's like
we've had a plan in place.
We've got actually like a whole array of the utility for the account leveling and point systems and reward systems that the actual platform has. But I think that this to tie in with the original drops, I think it'd be a good idea to actually give these the original badges from way back a good utility. Yeah, I quite like that. I'll have to think about how that will work logistically. Yep. I mean, I guess it could just add like a multiplier to your entries, and it will be a spin the wheel sort of a thing with a set amount of these cards up for grabs each time.
Yeah, you can do it in like waves.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's probably going to be a good idea. But I think it will add a nice utility to these medallions, and yeah. All right, cool. I will actually put make death medallions great again. Make death great again.
So and win hats. So I noticed that MZ's not in the show today.
She was a little bit ago.
Yeah, she
was.
was.
I saw that that she was on a call with Josephine.
MZ was.
Yeah, it's back in the Core Ops gen. But yeah, I've never, like, I've always had this joke about Mr. MZ because she claims to be a female gamer and everything, and I'm like, yeah, sure you are. And there's like a picture of her in that call with all those different people.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because they do their Eco Agric Uganda. They have their like monthly meetings. They do it at the same time as our podcast, which is very unfortunate. It was an hour earlier, but then ever since daylight savings, it happened at the same time. So yeah, she must have
That's cool. She's
gotten in
over there
touch with MZ
representing.
on Instagram or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome. I love to see that.
But anyway,
All
sorry,
right.
sidetrack. So
Yeah.
next subject.
Vulcans. Yep.
Yeah. Let's jump in here.
Vulcan's Phalanx updates. I don't know how to say it.
No, come on, say it. Say it.
Sorry, my mic
Phalanx
trouble.
is it Phalanx? Phalanx? Vulcan's Phalanx?
20 minutes later.
It sounds French. Phalanx.
It does, yeah. Well, it's such a
Phalanx.
unique word.
Phalanx.
Vulcan's Phalanx. So we got some updates here recently. As we mentioned earlier on the show, it was initially announced as a 6 PYR buy-in fee that has been edited. There was miscommunication. It's actually going to be a 25 PYR. And I have the screen share of the medium up here, Omega. So we're going to run through everything we know about these NFTs up to this point. There's going to be multiple waves of these being released. And it's going to start out as 500 apiece for each of the different quadrants. Arcadia being the first one with the Centaur avatar NFTs. So we'll just read through this first little paragraph quick here. For the first time ever, Vulcan Forge is releasing collectible NFT avatar characters. We'll be revealing many use cases and buffs in the coming weeks and months for these fun collectibles. Arcadia Wave 1. Centaurs make up the first 500 of an eventual 10,000 unique Vulcan's Phalanx characters. Unique, you say? Yes, in both look, name, and lore. So starting out here with Arcadia, the Centaurs, and there's going to be multiple waves. So you can see there's going to be 10,000 unique characters at 500 per quadrant. There's 4 quadrants. So there's going to be 5 waves by the sounds of it, with 4 Phalanx avatars for each quadrant. So we'll come down here to this Let the Gods Decide. So Centaurs make up the Arcadia Wave 1 of Vulcan's Phalanx. Each Centaur is a unique NFT avatar from look to name and lore, each one different to the one before. Avatars bring benefits to players who own them in the form of small buffs such as percentage multipliers throughout the ecosystem. More on this soon. How do you get a Centaur Companion? On this upcoming Tuesday the 26th of April at midday GMT. So I guess there's not an exact time yet, or is this usually noon? Is that what midday represents?
It is. I think that's still actually that is possibly up in the air because we do want want it.
That is called not being specific, Mukti. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
No, because it might be a tad too early.
Okay.
In the day for a lot of regions. Yeah, so it could be getting pushed to a later time. And if it is, then this article will be edited and there'll be an announcement about it,
Gotcha.
with plenty of time. So yeah, it's just noon was penned in, but then obviously it was we realized that was potentially going to alienate nearly every other region in the world.
Yeah, so that is 5 a.m. for Pacific, like the West Coast U.S. folks. I know CF might have a hard time getting up for that mint.
Yeah, but it's just CF. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're 100% right there, Ophid. Only 10,000, and they're going to be released in waves as well. So initially, there's only going to be there'll be 500 at first, and once all the quadrants are done, there'll only be 2,000, and who knows how much time there will be in between waves. So yeah, these are going to be highly sought after without a doubt. You'll need 2,000 XP, which is nice. So no just coming in and minting off the streets. You have to be in the ecosystem, have some XP generated. The gods grant an audience to those who show an interest in Vulcan's realm. Don't worry if you're new to the ecosystem. 2,000 XP isn't too difficult to make. Just play Vulcan Forged games. That's about that's like 10 days of just less than 10 days of just doing your Vulcan dailies each day. So not too much of a commitment there. Pay the 25 PYR fee, an offering to the gods, and in exchange they will summon a centaur. And I love this second part here.
Yeah, this is cool. I didn't know this.
Yep, you can choose to accept this centaur or petition the gods for one more roll of the dice, but only one for a further 5 PYR offering. So you're just going to get 1 mint per MyForge account. So for your MyForge account, you get 1 chance at technically you get 1 mint of a centaur, but 2 chances. So if you don't like your first one, you will
So a
get a
chance
reroll
to-
for 5 PYR.
It's a randomization when you mint it at the time of minting, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then if you don't like the way that looks, you pay 5 more PYR to get another one, but then it's your final decision. You don't get to choose between the two, right?
I believe so. I believe that's correct. Yeah.
I think it's I think it is literally just
So
one or the other.
the grass
one-
isn't always greener on the other side is all I'm going to say. If
Yeah,
you're
it's
not,
like if you get a decent-ish one, it may be safe to just go with it.
yeah, that's what I'd do. I'm just saying, because it could
Mhm.
always be worse, and who's to know what worse looks like? I don't know.
Yeah. And so one thing that is not mentioned in this article that I remember when Vulcan's Phalanx was initially announced a little bit ago, they had the traits of the avatars on there. So there was like armor, weapon, I believe helm was one of them.
Yep.
And like the centaur body itself, I think was one.
Yeah, there's
So-
variations. I think there's variations in heads as well, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
Like we've had a bit of fun testing out the flow of it. It actually works really well.
I remember the
and-
first time looking at that, it didn't. It was had
Yeah.
some issues. It was fun.
And the background lore for each character is quite funny. There are funny ones. There's all sorts. I mean, the Dark Lord has had he's had his way
Did
with,
y'all just
with
lock him in
writing
a
out.
room? Like lock him in a room for a week or something? Let him come up with like a ton of
Yeah,
different lores.
but he enjoys being locked in the room.
Well, as long as there's,
Yeah, and if you
as
don't
long as
accept the
there's
second,
blood,
oh right, yes,
that's good.
it is that. That is correct. If you don't accept the second one, you get the first offer.
Oh,
so
okay.
you do have a choice. Okay, so you get
Oh well, that's
basically choose-
that's good. That's good.
yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, it's
So-
good
so-
fun. It's good fun.
With that said, though, I'm kind of curious, like if we have the first 25 peer that we do, if you put 5 peer and you say I like the second one better, is that first one get burned, or does it get saved somewhere else that might be able to get sold later on to somebody?
No, it's like the only thing that mints is the one that you choose. It's like the minting
So
process
the-
happens after you've confirmed it,
Ah,
and that one
okay.
becomes on chain. Like the other one, it just kind of vanishes into the ether, and
So
yeah.
basically,
so-
you're paying another 5 pair for 2 different choices.
Yep.
That's where it boils down to. Okay, cool. And then only one ever gets minted. So gotcha. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Correct.
Well, that's I guess
Yeah,
that's
and
worth.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely worth it. Unless you just get like an
Bucks.
amazing one right off the bat
Yeah.
with a bunch of legendary traits.
And the funny
and-
thing is, who knows what is amazing? You know, I mean, there's like, we this is going to be the first time anybody sees any of this stuff. So
Oh
I
no, there'll
guess-
be a list of there's be a list of the kind of items and the rarity and all the rest of that that they come with.
so
Yeah,
there
so
is
you'll
going to be
know.
like statistics, like rarity, like kind of like how the goons do their things.
Yeah, so like I mean, I don't think it's in place now. I'd have to check with Neswolf actually, but like a rarity tool for them on
Oh,
its
cool,
own.
okay.
Yep.
Nice.
So-
nice.
You
People
can
just
usually
see-
visually just tell too, like the legendary items are just like big, like sick looking, very decorated, whereas more of the common ones are just like, you know, your standard sword. So a lot of the times you can tell if it's just by looking at it how rare it is. But yeah, if the traits are laid out, you'll be able to see if you've rare, legendary, common.
Yeah, like a breakdown and a breakdown of their kind of like stats.
So
Yeah.
is that the intention y'all had for these, Glitch, when y'all first started? Was it
No.
kind of
Nope.
not at all, not even a
Well,
little?
initially you were going to be able to choose like a legendary
Yeah,
or a rare.
Exactly. It was going to be done in it was quite a strange setup that it had, and it was like, nah, that's like it's the randomization, it's the just the total kind
Yeah.
of.
I like this way better.
No,
Yeah.
I meant like the way goons are doing their stuff. It because you have a goon that's like kind of like your.
Oh, you mean for like the bots? You mean
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
goon
yeah.
bots?
Just to
No,
have like, is there gonna be later on down the line? Can you buy like a sword to enhance this NFT at all, or something like that to add on to it?
Who knows?
Because I
Um,
love the way that you can start by paying a little amount in comparison to the whole thing, and then you can add little things to make it so much better. Like, the way that they do their stuff or whatever. But
Yep.
it'd be really cool if, you had like a Centaur could get a saddle, and then that made him faster or something. I don't know. And then the sword would make him able to attack. I don't know what the usability of these things are planned on being, but just to be add-ons to it would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. It is kind of one of those things. Like a lot of the times when you mint an NFT, it's like that metadata is then just locked in on chain, and you can't really, because I know what Goons is doing is they're actually going to have their bot NFTs. You break them down into separate NFTs. So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
that's what I'm
pants,
saying. So
sword.
like if you already had, and just spitballing here, but if you already had one of these NFTs, right? Then you take you're eligible, say, for a primary weapon, right? And you can buy said primary or you can generate an NFT primary weapon with the role of another 15 PYR to, if you have that with your original Centaur, it intensifies that Centaur for some reason, just like the Goons do. And that same concept where you're kind of like buying other NFTs because you own this one, the primary one, but you won't be able to generate these other NFTs unless you have that one to generate a spot, has an open spot or something.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that is a cool idea to be able to upgrade it over time, especially if you want to keep like that one you initially minted.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume these will also be on the secondary marketplace as well. So even if you don't like the one you minted, you can see what people are posting and pick up a rare one. That's actually going to be cool to see what the more rare legendary ones are selling for post mint.
And like remember, like when it comes to like making games, anybody that has a game concept, they're going to be able to use NFTs across the board as pretty much as they wish. So you're going to be able to plug and play your the characters in. If you're building on Vulcan, if you're building like on VF,
the ecosystem, yeah.
Yeah, and like within the ecosystem. So
there could be another game that gets developed and Vulcanites are right into it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like Vulcanites in the city.
Yep, Vulcanite kind of like racer games and
Mario Kart with Vulcanites.
Oh man, that'd be epic. That'd be epic.
Mukti on his pneumatox running a race.
Zoom on his giant murder chicken.
Murder chicken for the win.
I'll just ride on there, sword in one hand, slide it through. Oh, when combat game riding on Vulcanites.
We do need.
You just got him so excited. He's like so happy.
Troy Gladiator Arena can bring a Vulcanite with you.
Swinging your pneumatox around. Your avatar's too big to ride him, so he just picks him up and just beats people with the pneumatox.
Now I'll ride my pneumatox and beat people with my Spear of Achilles NFT. So I didn't see this in frequently asked questions. Can I buy multiple avatars? We know how keen some of you are to get a hold of Vulcan's Phalanx avatars, but due to the limited number of Centaurs, we're including a 2-minute count. Oh, I thought this said cooldown initially. 2-minute countdown following purchase of an avatar. Oh, I guess this is like a cooldown, as the gods don't want to be nagged and to give everyone from the newest medallion up a chance at gaining a companion of their own. So you can mint multiple, actually. You just have to wait 2 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
So is there a potential chance that I could get the same one as Mukti? Or is that impossible? Like, do y'all have it?
No, not with the variations. As soon as that variation,
So is the system set up to where once I get
there could be elements that coincide, but
the exact same one.
Yeah, don't think that would be possible.
I didn't know, because the randomization might be very high, but what if it did happen to strike that very rare.
And if it does, then you're just twinsies. But I mean, the name of the Centaur, the story, everything will be completely different anyway. It's all generated. So, yeah.
Okay, so there will be some differences regardless.
So during launch, if everybody gets the same exact one with the same storyline, it's not intended.
Yep. But yeah, like statistically speaking, I mean, it depends on how many different traits, then how many different items there are for that trait, or different types of items for that trait. But yeah, statistically speaking, it's extremely unlikely for anyone to get to, especially with only 500
Hey, zoom in a little bit, Mukti.
mins on this picture here.
Yeah, on that page and just in general. I'm just saying, just on that page in general. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So that way it's just a little easier to read.
Yep, good thinking. Okay, but yeah, so you will be able to get multiple mints. That's very nice. Can I sell my avatar? Can I buy an avatar on the marketplace? As an NFT, yes, you can buy and sell Vulcan's Phalanx avatars on the marketplace, but why would you want to sell? You'll grow fond of your collectible Centaur friend, we are sure. For those missing out on at Arcadia Wave 1 launch, buying later in our marketplace will be the way to get hold of an avatar. Are some rarer than others? Yes, there are 500, each unique, but some will come with better armor, a rare weapon. Look out for a future article detailing these differences. For example, rare items may mean better perks. Some other FAQs. So if you decline one offering but then make the transaction, what happens now? Vulcan will banish you forever from his realm. Now really you'll get first companion you declined. Be warned, he won't be happy with the previous rejection. Full list of buffs, perks. Have patience coming in a future article.
What was
Expect
that
the
one?
odd multiplier.
Right before that, what were you saying? Beware of what now?
So the question is, I selected to decline, make one further offering, but didn't make the transaction. What happens now? So if you don't like the first one, if you decide to go with the second one, but didn't make the transaction. So I guess they're just anticipating.
Yeah, I didn't see the not really, and I just heard you say Vulcan will banish you from his realm forever or whatever, and I was like, what? Wait,
yeah, no, that was. Yeah,
yep. You're gonna get banned from Vulcan, Armega.
Yep.
Oh, I won't. I'm just saying, somebody might. Then they might come to Glitch and say why, and then just saving you the trouble.
And there apparently will be some quadrant synergy. Quadrant families work together. More than one of the same creature can work together to increase your increased benefit. So yeah, I'm actually curious. Like if you're pledging allegiance to Notice, how much benefit are you gonna get for having an Arcadia Centaur?
I was wondering about that too.
I'm still gonna mint one though, but
that me too. Just because I want to be part of it. But yeah, I'm like, it's gonna be an Arcadia, man. Ugh.
The next article, I'm sure, may detail some more information on that. But yeah, so that's coming up. So current date is midday, April 26th. It's gonna be really cool to have like Vulcan's own avatar collection like this. The minting these kinds of things are so fun and addicting. Like I'm just thinking back, like when we did the Synergy land. We did a synergy mint a little bit ago, and it's like you mint one. If you don't like it, it's like, gosh, damn, I want to do another one now. Just that chance of like gambling for a legendary pool. So this will be a blast. I imagine all 500 are going to go pretty quick when these launch. But yes, be prepared, everybody. Keep that finger on the trigger.
I think I'm going to mint one to start with for its Arcadia, and then when Notice comes out, I'm gonna mint one of those and then sell my Arcadia one to Cap Thor for for 30 or 40
That is very
PYR.
specific, man. I am going to sell it to
specifically
that
Cap
guy
Thor
over there.
I know that he's gonna need one at some point, so I'm like, yeah, I'll just reach out to him.
I'm sure Thor is gonna have one off the bat.
No,
Notice.
He's not. He's gonna wait, and I think
he's gonna break down.
Armega,
he's gonna break down. He's like, no.
He's gonna specifically wait.
Because I think Glitch, didn't Jamie said he's still gonna honor my my six PYR entry with that thing? That's what I heard. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Armega gets in at 6. Everyone else gets in at 25.
Yep. Armega special, it's like a charity work with him.
I'm good with that. As long as I can save.
We gotta bring him
15
along.
15 PYR or whatever it is.
I love that Notice is Sphinxes. I cannot wait to see
I know, right?
how those turn out. I'm not sure what a Lamius is. What is a Lamius? Is that some kind of Hades mythological creature?
I think it's like a snaky kind. I think it's what's that lamb? Yeah.
I'm gonna look at. Whoa, you might want to screen that. I don't know what's gonna show
All
up.
right.
There, Mukti.
Oh, okay. So basically, it's
I can't spell.
It's almost kind of like Medusa, but
oh, cool. Snakes.
Very fancy.
Nice. Yeah, there's
Lamia, daily life with a monster girl. So it's a monster girl.
A monster girl.
Lamia matriarch, yeah.
That one looks pretty cool right there, though.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be the style that we're going with
That is
Notice.
cool,
Yep, that is 100%.
Well, these are Hades.
These are Hades. Yeah, these are
sorry,
Hades.
with Hades. Yeah, I was going to say that's definitely the style.
So yeah, Hades or notices sphinxes. So does that mean that we can't move, or does the sphinx is actually is that the stone representation of the animal, or is that the animal itself? Because all I ever know from
It's
the desert
called the
is
Sphinx, but I think it's like a representation of like a mythological creature.
so the mythological creature is an actual sphinx, and they just made big stone identical things of them in the desert.
I believe so. I believe so. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if the actual like pyramid-like thing was called a sphinx.
Yeah. It is, but it's like a representation of like I don't think I mean I really don't know enough about Egyptian mythology to know for sure, but I would imagine that is the case. Yeah, that it's just like a representation of the actual creature itself.
Yep. I mean, like I didn't actually realize that the Sphinx was present in Greek mythology.
I didn't either.
But then again, there was a lot of crossover. You know, there's a lot of crossover between Greece and Egypt at more than one point in history.
Wow, Mukti, look at
So
this. If we could get something with wings, that'd be great. In the show chan, that would be pretty cool.
Let's take a look here.
Like I'm guessing, you know, you never really see it from the big landmarks in the desert, but
Oh yeah, that looks
maybe
sweet. Here, I'll show.
sphinxes have
This is what Armega just put in there.
wings. I don't know.
They
You
may
know,
have wings.
It's funny when you search Google
Well,
images
this one definitely does.
for oh, this one's pretty cool. Here's you another one, Mukti, you can look at. This
yeah, it's almost like a griffin, but
yeah,
with a human
yeah.
head.
Yeah, that would be pretty badass.
Oh, this one's sick. Yeah. Yeah, something like this for the notice
So,
ones would be.
Mukti, how are you gonna mount your Sphinx and your Moon Maid at the same time?
And my pneumatox as well.
Well, if
Yeah,
it's that
I
second
like-
picture, the
I like
one on
how
the
we're
screen,
foreshadowing me winning the Moon Maid. I like that.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
start
doing
there.
it. I'm doing it to jinx it.
But that's a good question. So, well, these avatars won't actually be in Vulcanverse, will they? As like companion characters.
Who knows?
If they would be,
Who
then
knows?
I don't know. It's gonna be a tough decision.
Yeah.
I'll have a nice rotation of rideable
Seriously.
companions in game.
You'll just have like a whole line of things walking behind you in the game. Just you got your own entourage. They're all animals.
It does look like sphinxes do have wings, Omega, by these two pictures. These are
Well, those are just ones that I picked out that look good. Usually, you know, you're looking at the actual, like you go to Google Images and type Sphinx, it's all about like what you see in the desert. You don't see like any mythical characters, which is interesting. So the idea, like whatever Vulcan comes up with, the design and how those are built, it's not like there's a lot to go on. It doesn't look like as far as what the mythology part of it, the creature itself was supposed to represent. I don't know.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, it'll
the
be
creativity
nice to
seems cool.
see what the team comes up with when those get released for how they're going to be looking. The Centaurs look sick, so I imagine they will all be of a very similar quality. But all right, 23 minutes on Vulcan's Phalanx. Exciting this
Honestly,
Tuesday.
Didn't
Yep.
think it was gonna go that long
Yeah.
on this subject, but
That
that's
is-
cool.
I mean, we can go quite quickly with the VM desktop launcher.
Yeah, this is quick.
This is have you got it there?
Yep,
Yeah.
I do.
Alright.
I do have it pulled up back on my
Alright.
screen. Sure, then Omega.
Oh, you want to
Alright.
actually show them what it looks like
Well,
here?
I mean, you have the video playing. It's the same thing.
Yep.
It just doesn't have Berserk and Vulcanverse on there yet.
Yep. So Vulcanverse, I believe, is coming this coming week to the launcher. It's just it was going to cause some issues having it with people already having the launchers downloaded. So everybody will be requested to remove at some point their current launchers, download this. It will have the Vulcan launcher in it. It will prompt for updates, so you can have the updates running. And yeah, it's we're just bit by bit tying everything together. This will have all the downloadables, like every game that's got its own app will be downloadable through the launcher, and it's pretty cool because there's it will allow us to do other things as well further down the line. I mean, you could even potentially have logins into the actual launcher itself, and so it will pull through your your game account data.
Yeah, it is really cool just to have access to all the games in one place. And so you can just download the launcher, then download the games from within your launcher. So rather than having to get the links for all the different Vulcan games, you can just do it all in one place. When will
the
the
moon be loaded into the launcher, sir?
That's a great question.
I mean, I can't even answer that, man.
Translated into when moon
Yes,
as well.
when moon.
I'm wondering as well, Tim. Soon. Soon.
Glitch, did you happen to see my suggestion for the launcher?
I'm gonna say no, because I didn't.
It was in regards to the data to the right of it having like more of a list view.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I mean this is just the initial, just to get it out there. I mean, there's obviously we can be upgrading it. But it's just to simplify. It's just to simplify off the bat getting people into the games. So
What's
yeah.
up? 315 Guild is in here. What's going on? 315 GM. Welcome in. We're just taking a look at the new VF desktop launcher here. But yeah, so it's gonna be sweet to have all the games in one place, all the Vulcan games. Could even potentially like onboard like the third-party games of the ecosystem into here as well. Kind of just have a one-stop shop for all available games.
Yeah, here you go. Glitch. I just posted it in the show channel. But yeah, that's that would be really cool if we had some information like that.
Yeah. Shaken's Mary Jane 315 squad representing. All right, so let's get into Hex and Agos now.
Nice.
New game coming to, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Hex and Agos is just kind of how I read it. So this looks awesome. There is a demo that has been released to the Philosopher Council to check out, and the idea for this game is so freaking cool. So we have the starter's guide. So if we can screen share here, Armega. So on the screen now, you can see what the game board is set to look like when this thing releases, and this is a guide so far, just kind of a base overview of the game and how to look. So this is of course just like the testing demo screens. Things on release will look much different, but this is how they are now. So as things stand currently, you set up a lobby and you can play with someone else who's logged in. First thing you'll do is you'll create an army with the army creator button. Select units below and double click in the army roster. Same types will charge special abilities when saved army is available for play. So yeah, basically you have this roster of like fighters to choose from, and you have 200 points to spend to craft your roster. Each one has different like range and attack stats, cost, and like different types, things like that. Like there's cavalry, infantry, there's a few others as well. I can't think of off the top of my head. Once you have your army created, you create a session, and then it'll pop up in this little menu and someone else is able to join. So this is what the game board currently looks like in the demo. But as you can see in the previous image, they already have like the 3D model built out and what it's gonna look like. But for the demo now, this is the board that we have access to. So both players need to ready up. You then select your saved army, which you could have multiple saved, and then there's sort of like a randomized like pre-match phase where one player gets to choose if they want a move advantage or an area advantage, which Armega and I were testing this a little earlier. We still aren't 100% sure of the advantages that come with that. But
yeah, there's a couple of things we're not really sure about, but highly advised to read this document if you want to go try to test it, if you have access to test it. And this will walk you through some of these. It's not, some of the things aren't obvious. I mean, you can click around and feel your way around things, but this document does explain a lot. So,
yeah. And so after there, what happens is you get to secretly deploy your armies. So you'll be able to lay out your board with your characters selected without the opponent being able to see. And then in the corners, like right here and then over in this corner, you have what are called scout units. that are there's only one or two of them I think in the game at this point, but those you can have off to the sides of the battlefield. All the other ones have to be in this main entry zone here. So this is an example of like what a board layout looks like. And then once the game starts, you select one of your units to move based on initiative value. So that's one of the
okay.
So that's actually, that makes sense, Armega. We were wondering why some of those we weren't able to move
do
initially.
things, yeah.
Yeah. So some there's like, I guess, a waiting period before you can use them, but then ones
Sure.
with the higher initiative value you can move like first turn.
That makes sense. Like who's faster than others or whatever.
When you select a creature to move, it's kind of similar to like how Incarnate was. If any of you guys dabbled with the Incarnate beta alpha whenever we had access to that, it's you select the character you want to move, and then the zone kind of highlights out like this to all the spots you can move it to. And then if you get in range of an enemy, you have the option to hit to attack it. So to hit percentage is displayed when you are in attack range. Units have 2 action points to move or attack. More actions, see later. So yeah, there is like a hit percentage. So you can go to hit and it will miss a certain percentage of the time, or it'll hit and deal damage.
First 2 attacks we had missed each other, so that was fun.
Yep. And then, so after the turn, select either to keep the other unit and get one other, or put unit at bottom and select 2 new ones. So this is one thing I'm still a little bit confused on how this exactly works, like what the difference between end turn, keep unused, and end turn to queue is.
So get one other. Do you like get another turn or another unit?
Yeah, so that was we still have to clarify with DD on that.
Units
because I'm not 100% sure.
Route. What does that say? Units can what? Can route when
units can route when nearby units are destroyed. Then you need to perform the rally action.
Oh, rally, maybe.
That's this button up here.
Oh, okay.
That may be like heal back up or something along those lines. Now there's also a capture point system. When unit is on a building, an orange tile, it can do a capture point action. This symbol activates special abilities, so that's this little symbol here. Varies per unit, some are still in development. Game ends after 8 rounds or when an opponent has no units on the battlefield. Players with no units left auto-lose, otherwise player that scored the most capture points won or wins. So the objective really is to send your guys to get these capture objectives and then contest them, or to eliminate all of your opponent's characters by the end of 8 rounds. So there's multiple ways you can win the game, which like I love stuff like this, just little like heads up battlers, like strategy battlers. This thing is going to be a freaking blast when it is released.
Yeah. One thing that I will say that wasn't obvious when we were discussing it here, when you're deploying your armies, you get to, as soon as everybody's ready and the armies have been positioned properly, you see everything on the board. So it's not like, you know, you have scouts that are trying to find where the enemy army is or whatever. You know exactly where they are. At least that is how it is right now in the testing.
Yeah, which that may change, because that is kind of like an extra layer of strategy if some units are hidden. And because right now it's hard to know, like it takes a lot of trial and error to figure out like what position advantages certain characters will have and like where you want to start them out. But all that is going to be a factor in this game when it gets released in full. So definitely keep an eye out for Hexanagos. Just going to be a sweet game to have in the ecosystem in addition to everything else.
Yep.
And 2 Vulcan OGs are building this thing out, core Vulcan members.
Yeah. And I imagine that at some point we're going to be seeing like a bracket of, you know, these games for you know, playing to get to the top of the charts kind of thing. Just like Berserk
100%.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like,
yep.
Because like these games don't take too long.
Yeah, no, only 8 rounds. Like it ends after 8 rounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be like, this is gonna be a super popular one. But yeah, Hexanagos looks really, really good. So stay tuned for updates there, and gonna be a great game to have in the ecosystem, 100%. And up next we have the Adverse Spotlight Series. This was supposed to take place on Friday. It has got pushed back to this Monday. So that's gonna be taking place then, and I'm sure everyone in chat knows up to this point what Adverse is and what they're building out. But if you want to hop on my screen share, Omega, we have their website pulled up. This is one of the coolest projects coming to Elysium, in my opinion, and some amazing stuff that they're building out here. So we'll just use this segment here to give a little precursor to what we can expect to see during the Spotlight series on Monday. Just everything that Edverse has going on and what they're building out right now. So there's a few different roles, so to speak, you can play within the Edverse ecosystem. So key stakeholders in the Edverse knowledge economy. There's educators, use the largest Ed NFTs library, launch courses, and apply for teaching positions. There are learners, of course, learn to earn whatever you desire and from whoever you aspire. Creator, create Ed NFTs that can be owned, rented, and sold by educators and learners alike. And then promoter is the final role. Build, own, sell, and rent institutions of excellence and virtual learning spaces. Like the idea of this kind of virtual educational metaverse where you can like own the NFTs that people are using to actually learn things, and you can select who you're learning from. It's like the idea of this is very, very cool, and you'll see a little bit later into their website some of like just the cool ideas or use cases of a concept like this. So here's their tokenomics, some information on their tokenomics. We're going to scroll down a little bit here. So shout out to Elysium. There's going to be the Edverse token that will be traded between various stakeholders. Edverse will be built on safe, secure, fast, and carbon negative blockchain. Elysium. NFTs or Ed NFTs will be the key drivers amongst stakeholders and the overall community. And so here we have the company roadmap. Product demo and private sale is the current quarter, 2022. 2023 Q3 will be the alpha launch, public sale, token generation and distribution. Q4 2022 beta launch, expand tokenomics, content creation for pre-primary to grade 8. So kind of the more elementary classes there will be some content for by Q4. And then 2023 they're going to be building out content creation and features for grades 9 through 12. And Q4 2023 commence content development for higher education. And here are their core team members. And what is Education Metaverse? So this is a cool little segment here. I won't read through this whole thing, but they kind of talk about like why. So here's why kids are glued to games. In games are asked to solve a problem only after they bump into it. Problem is not just there for the sake of it. It's provided within a context. Context boosts motivation, and self-motivation is the key to limitless learning. So this is kind of some of the cool things that you could do with a metaverse school like Edverse is building out. A consequence-free reality where students can experience the academics while being encouraged to make mistakes and learn from them. So you can basically do what you want in there. There's no punishment for mistakes of any kind. You're in a virtual world, and you can like do things that you wouldn't actually be able to do in the real world. Like one prime example is if you're in a history class studying like the pyramids in Egypt and how things were in ancient Egypt. You can actually take part in a simulated reality or like get teleported, portaled into a simulated reality of what ancient Egypt would look like and how things were, and kind of spectate society to a degree. Was like they had kind of an example of this in their initial trailer, and that's just something you couldn't do in traditional schooling and education. Bridging the gap between academics and applications through to scale exact replicas of social situations and contexts where the student can apply the garnered knowledge. Transcending geographic barriers and traditional limitations. With a metaverse-enabled education approach, students from any part of the world can attend the school of their choice without the hassle of expensive travel. Now, students are not the only beneficiaries here. Schools can enhance their provisions too. Better safety through by sculpting the APT environments. Not sure what APT is meant to represent here. Cost cutting, especially when it comes to periodically updated infrastructure. Ability to personalize education for each student by modifying their virtual environments. Metaverse schools are not a thing of the future anymore. It is here, it is working, and it is showing all the signs of sustaining well into the future.
I wonder if APT means like apt, like adapted environments, maybe.
Securing the apt. Oh, actually, apt is just a word in itself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like apt, like a adapted environment or something.
Mm-hmm. Appropriate or suitable in the circumstances. Yeah. Whoops, I'm an idiot. So yeah, it makes sense. Sculpting the apt environment. So yeah.
Every time I see Edverse and hear about what it's doing, like I totally think of Ready Player One. It, how they have the Oasis. Everybody goes to school with VR, so everybody can be in these awesome schools or whatever and learn this awesome content. You could be at a drop of a pen. You could be at like I don't know, in Egypt, kind of thing, like you were saying, and be there with the Sphinxes. So.
Yeah, and just like this little demo here of like what an area in Edverse could look like library, different, could like walk your avatar to different classes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're setting up something very, very cool here with Edverse. And the Spotlight series is going to be this Monday, so look out for that. Do you know, I think there's an AMA channel open already if you want to get questions in the Vulcan Discord.
Yep, you can fire them away.
Yep, so any questions in regards to how that'll work, get a lot more information about Edverse and everything going on there this Monday.
So, have you said, where's the Ed come from? Is that the person who started it?
Education verse, man.
Oh, education, got it. I mean, I know a lot of Eds, so like,
nah, it's
Mr.
actually
Ed.
it's a metaverse. It's a metaverse designed for Ed, and Eddie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ed and Eddieverse, bringing it back. Yeah, that's.
So is
That's,
this whole Edverse is, I mean, if it doesn't fit into education, it won't be introduced here, kind of thing.
You mean
Well, I
like
think
it won't be
everything
implemented?
that, like everything that I think everything that they're doing is aimed at education in, like education in different ways. So I think there will be. I mean, they're not going to have like random stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with education, but there's bound to be like a ton of different activities that you carry out that are, wow, I can't even think of the word.
Educational.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll just go there. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it long.
My brain just died on me there. It's,
A
yeah.
lot of
Lost
good
glitch.
educational stuff.
I mean, I guess I need to go into the Edverse to learn how to speak again. It's like
Yeah.
my brain has just died this weekend, so I need a bit of a refresher.
Take a couple speaking courses.
Yeah.
All right, Armega, you can jump back to our screen share that or the other scene. And all right, so Troy updates and airdrops. You guys may have noticed in your Sow Seed section on your MyForge wallets, if you were a Vulcanverse landowner, you had a little airdrop in there recently. So here's kind of how the whole Troy drop worked. This was from Yap a couple days ago, a few days ago now at this point. He announces Troy seed airdrop has just been processed. Please check your Sow Seed page to activate your seeds with lava. So you had to activate your seed to then get the NFT that you're able to sow to turn into the actual plot of land. Once activated, you can sow the seeds and turn the seed into a Troy NFT plots. And this was the reward structure for how this all worked. We are dropped 1 tier 1 seed for your first Vulcanverse plot. We are dropped 1 tier 2 seed for your third Vulcanverse plot. We are dropped 1 tier 3 seed for your 5th Vulcanverse plot. We are dropped 1 tier 3 seed for your 10th Vulcanverse plot. Bonus drop, we are dropped 1 tier 1 seed for owning the VV OG badge. So the ways to get a tier 1 seed were to have just been a Vulcanverse landowner. If you were a Vulcanverse landowner, you got a tier 1 seed. If you own an OG badge as well, you also got a tier 1 seed. So you could have received a maximum of 2 tier 1 seeds from this airdrop. If you had 3 plots, you would have gotten a tier 2 seed as well, and then 5, also a 3 seed up to 10, where in total, you had the ability to get 5 plots, 2 tier 1s, a tier 2, and 2 tier 3s.
Tier 1 being the best, just to be clear on that.
Yeah,
Tier 1 is what you really want. If you can.
Around the central part of Troy.
I love the fact that like you have the different tiers. So because you've got to obviously grow said seed, right? And you might not have all this PYR to toss out there to lock it up for X amount of days or whatever. Like a tier 1, you have to have 1,000 PYR to grow this thing. So
Yep.
It's really nice that like there's a lower barrier for people to come on and say, hey, I have 250 PYR, I can make this tier 3 happen.
Yeah, and because of the sowing, the sowing fee, there have been some secondary sales. So if anyone is interested in picking up additional tier 1 plots or tier 2 plots, people are putting them up on the marketplace. There's been some good deals lately from what I've seen. I know you were in there on a couple of them, Armega, trying to get in there on some additional tier 1 plots. So yeah, like those are going to be, I'm not 100% sure, you may know, Glitch, is the circulation going to be the same when it's all said and done for tier 1s, tier 2s, and tier 3s, or is it going to be something like 3 times as many tier seeds or tier 3s as there are tier 1s?
I think it scales outwards.
Okay.
So, but I don't recall from any documentation yet.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it is very likely that it will be scaled outwards from the center, going out, around the map.
What's
yeah,
up,
makes
ERU?
sense. Yeah, Eru Gaming
Mhm.
Live. What's going on, sir?
Yeah.
Good to see ya.
What's it like? 2 a.m. there?
It's 1:26 a.m. in the Philippines.
Yeah,
Appreciate
very
you
nice.
He must
tuning
be-
in, Layman.
He must be about to go to bed.
He just wants to listen to your voice, Armega. It sends him to
Well,
sleep.
I do have a soothing voice. They call me the white Morgan Freeman. No, they don't.
Yep.
That was a lie. I can't.
Yeah, nobody calls you.
Nobody calls you that.
That's Neswolf. Neswolf's got the soothing voice.
Yeah, it's very true.
It was
No,
funny
just
when you were.
jumping on
It was funny when you were complimenting his, his accent.
Yeah, he was like, it's really the crappiest. Like,
Literally the first time somebody has complimented my accent.
he was like telling me how it's like the worst. Like everybody hates that particular accent. I don't make the rules, dog. I just say.
Nick is upset.
Yeah.
Nick Owen B asks, when outage seed raffle from the 8th? What do you mean by outage seed, Nick?
Yeah, that is still
Outage.
coming. That raffle hasn't been done. I think the snapshot kept on throwing some errors because it wasn't picking up something. Can't remember what element of the snapshot it wasn't picking up properly. But I'll be bringing that up on Monday morning anyway. So hopefully we could get that out of the way potentially on Monday. But yeah, it kept on throwing back data that wasn't correct for one of the badges, I believe. Yeah, because the numbers didn't add up. So I'll have to get that checked on Monday morning during our meeting.
Gotcha. Yep. So stay tuned, Nick, for some
Yep.
updates in regards to that.
Oh,
Bart, yes, so make sure you guys get your seeds sown. It is a 20-day waiting period for all those. There's also some beautiful shots of Troy released, some sneak peek images of what the zone's going to look like. Eru Gaming is saying, yes, done completing dailies. My computer was fucked up for a few weeks, so I cannot grind for a while. Gonna hang out here while doing technical analysis to trade. Hey, appreciate that, man. Yeah, hang out while you're doing your trades. Love to hear that. Pretty cool skill set to start developing there. Not a trader myself, but seems like a fun thing to get into. Sow your seeds, guys. Wait, get your seeds sown and harvest those NFTs.
Yes, seed your sow, Ophid. Seed
Yep.
your sow.
Seed yourself.
And claim the rewards after a 20-day waiting period. Unless you have a Hermes. Although I'm not. Oh, actually, no. So that's for the seeds. It's actually Demeter, isn't it?
I'm actually
Uh,
looking
I
for
think- I
Hermes.
think-
I don't know if
think
those are
it's-
active yet, though.
No, but those would be the first ones getting implemented. That's another thing that's a Monday checkup because I know that the overall buff systems is being actively worked on right now for implementing them all. So yeah, well, as many as possible that are the easy wins, and then the more in-game impactful ones. Like the auras that you get around your character and all the rest of those that add like particle effects to what you do in game.
That's gonna be
That is-
sweet. Hyperion comes to mind for one
Oh
of those.
god, yeah,
and he's got one.
Hyperion's a really cool one for it. Looking forward to seeing all that.
Yeah, same. Tim is done with his seed sowing. Very nice. Getting after it. But all right, so we'll now jump into the Vulcan Assassin Alpha, and the recent screenshots that were shared from this are looking really, really good. So you can see on the screen there, it's kind of an edited version. I'm pulling them up on my
look,
end
a
currently.
real human hand. No robot.
Yeah,
Look at that.
robot is gone.
Yep. So Vulcan, this is a tweet from the 18th. Vulcan Assassin is now entering alpha phase with our community. This is a frenzy game where lava is used to enter and lava is used to win. Weapons, power-ups, extra lives, and more all purchasable with PYR. Join our Discord to have a try. So screenshots that were shared, it appears there's going to be different scenes or levels, various enemies and waves that you can go to battle with. Essentially, the homepage looks really good. You can see it on the screen now. There's inventory, store, exit, and play buttons all available on there. So I guess inventory is your owned items, store is where you go to buy more items. Vulcan Assassin going to be like Rust or open world battle royale. I don't think like either Eurogaming. This is going to be kind of like a hold your ground game as waves of enemies approach you, approach your castle, approach your tower, and you have a weapon and abilities, and you basically fend off the enemies before they can get damage off onto you and the base you're defending, is kind of the gist I get. So it's not going to be like Rust or an open world battle royale of any kind. More similar to Rust, I would say, but it's kind of like a high score game, you know, like you basically, the more enemies you kill, the higher the score that you get is, and then there's going to be a leaderboard with, you know, how the Frenzy Pass works is the top 50 scores each day get 50% of the prize pool of all lava that was used for buy-ins for that 24-hour period. Zombie tower defend is, yes, that would be the most accurate.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Yeah,
it's I believe this is mobile. Mobile?
Yeah.
Vulcan Assassin?
Yeah, I saw
I
saw a demo release, but it was for Android only.
Yes, that is it. Yep. Just so it can't keep up.
So yes,
everything. It's yeah.
Oh, it's a lot. Yeah, some community members have been in their testing already, and yeah, it's looking really good. I've heard good things, so that's just gonna be another sweet frenzy game added in to the mix with everything else. I could see this one being very competitive. Will there be weapon NFTs in this game? That's a good question, Nico, and I doubt they're going to be in the form of NFTs. They'll probably be something like you can unlock higher tier ones with lava or something, if I had to guess, but I don't know for sure. That may be introduced.
But it might be likely that it'll pull through the data from your MyForge account as you log in. So, like, if you do have NFT items, they will probably be equipable. But again, I don't actually know myself, like, in detail how it's all going to work. But it'd be kind of like Vulcanverse, you know, when you log in, you've got your NFTs there, you've got your NFT characters, so there wouldn't be really any real reason, I don't think, for it not to be doable. So yeah, I mean, this could be an additional place where things like the Silver Warrior, Death Dealer, Moon Maid, etc. items, Spirit of Achilles, shields, and all the rest of it could be added into the gameplay.
Yeah, that would be sweet. I know there's been no like bows or crossbow NFTs yet, which would be sweet because that's kind of, those are the main weapons featured here.
Yep.
For Vulcan Assassin, and I'm also thinking like for Tartarus, because there is a bow and arrow as well. It would be sweet to have those ownable as NFTs.
Yeah, I mean that would open up the fragment and the crafting and all the rest of that economy as well. Like the more items and upgradable items, because there'd be
Very
NFTs
true.
and there'd be like non-NFT ones. NFT ones, obviously you can't really upgrade them per se unless it's filling them with XP/lava maybe to upgrade some stats that are on the back end. Yeah, I mean it's just like an infinite world of possibilities that we can apply to all this stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that crafting system, man. It's gonna be real cool.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be sick. Vulcan Assassin as well is gonna be a good one. A lot of good stuff to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen. And we have our final topic of the day, which I love the idea for this. This is so freaking cool. Jamie just announced this yesterday in announcements. So introducing the building inspection team. This is just a temporary name. There's going to be a more official name to come, but this is reading straight from the Discord announcements channel. We are this is Jamie at everyone. We are appointing a building inspecting team for in-game. We'll use different terminology, of course. For those who take on the role, you will have 10 likes a week to allocate. You must use them all, not like your own builds, and you'll be granted an in-game robe. Each week, the top 10 users that receive the most likes on their builds will receive a share of a small PYR pool.
Love it.
If you're interested in this role, then use a policewoman emoji.
Yeah, so
Philosopher
everybody
Council,
every
Yeah.
type of emoji that there was to do with police person.
Absolutely, and
That's the way.
Yeah.
yeah, but it didn't help that he used the most obscure of
Yeah, it's like
Of
it was the
all
most
of them.
specialized one.
yeah.
Yeah, I see it got added in at the end there though, but it's since been the most voted for emoji.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's hilarious. So.
I went to go look at it real quick, and I was like, man, I want to do this so bad. I have so many responsibilities. I'll never have time to pull it off. But then I was like, man, which fucking one do I click on? Like, there's 10 of them out there.
Woman police officer tone 3. It's called.
Specifically tone 3.
Like super specific.
Yeah. So this is awesome though, because like this is such a cool way to have it. So if there is like a most likes pool, it won't be cheated. You know, it's like there's 10 known community members who have this role. They each get 10 likes a week, and then just a way to reward quality builders in the ecosystem.
10
each
specially
week.
selected people, because if say there's like 50 people interested, Glitch, do you have any idea, are they going to put it up to a community vote, or are they going to just decide out of that whoever was interested, those 10 users? Is Vulcan going to handpick, or how's that going to work?
I have no idea.
So it's not like it's just red.
Wait, so what was your question there, Omega, in regards to the 10 users?
So like if
how's it gonna
100 users say that they're interested, how does the 10 users get picked? Is it randomized? Is it
I see.
Vulcan handpicked? Is it community driven?
Well, he says Philosopher Council and OGs will be front of the line.
Right.
So-
So if like 10 philosophers sign up, then everybody else is kind of shot. There should be at least 1 or 2 community slots, like reserved though. I would assume.
Yeah, that would be a cool thing to have built in there, especially with like the unique robes that they're gonna get as well. I'm sure that's something a lot of people would want to have the opportunity to flex.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
Yep.
community members out there that are like low on the totem pole per se, but are really helpful and energetic and stuff, So I really hope that it's done in a way that the selection process is done in a way where it kind of gives everybody at least a little sliver of a chance to get in on it, to make something of themselves.
Yeah,
That'd be
that would be
cool.
cool. I get the idea of like wanting it to be reputable community members, so whoever, like everyone knows already.
Yeah,
But you're right.
Not like that Walter Chambers guy.
Yeah.
What Walter Chambers guy?
Oh, it'd be unacceptable. Can't have guys like that in there.
No. Locked up.
Shikens, I like to flex my philo robe. Yeah, the philo robes are just next level.
They are pretty cool.
They're so nice. Had some heads turning, to be honest. Oh, I know.
Out of all people asking who. That's funny.
Lumpy in my red tunic now. It's nice. Yeah, the red tunics are sweet. What is up, by the way, Lumpy? Great to see you, man. And well, I guess that wraps up our final segment. So we have a special unannounced surprise. Last week we brought back marble races, and we have another one going down right now today. So is that pulled up, ready to go, Armega?
Well, so
What's up, Ben?